Good evening, everyone. Late Night Mega here, and tonight we're going to do another premiere draft of Kaladesh Remastered. So let's go ahead and jump in here. For those wondering about this overlay, this is untapped.gg. You can get it for free. And you also get a free 10-game trial of Draftsmith, which kind of helps you draft, but it has limiting factors to it. I don't think it's very good at like reading necessarily synergies between cards or amounts of synergies needed but to make some cards work. But I mean that's why it's Draftsmith and we're people. Right? Or something like that. But anyways, untapped.gg will also help you track your collection. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of good cards in this pack. We have Bristling Hydra, which is going to end up being my pick because, well, number one, it's a rare. Number two, if you have enough energy generation, this thing is basically unkillable. And it just gets bigger and bigger all the time. There's Fatal Push, there's Hungry Flames, there's Servant of the Conduit, and Daring Demolition. I guess if this wasn't here, I would probably take Fatal Push. I know Draftsmith is ranking this just a little bit higher. I think it's based on win percentage. Oh, Hungry Flames is also pretty good. We've been red a lot. I guess maybe I would take the red. Red seems like a better color than black in this format. And Daring Demolition is also good. Yeah. So much good stuff here. Anyways, yeah, just a easy Bristling Hydra. Okay, we do have a weapon crafted. Ooh, we have a Welding Sparks. I almost passed that card. And we're going to be red again. Red has a lot of energy-making stuff. White doesn't have as much energy-making stuff. Although this thing, rebuying an ETB effect can be really good. And also just, blinking something that's, been arrested or something. But yeah, we're going to take the Welding Sparks. It is removal. Speaking of removal, we're going to take a green card here for sure. This card, I think Gearshift Ace is pretty good, but not over Hunt the Weak. I do want removal. Lifecraft Cavalry, I'm not super big on. There's other 5-mana green cards, or even 4 or 5-mana green cards that I would rather have than this. The Revolt can be a little bit tricky to trigger, from my experience. Okay, so now we get to a pack with, no real clear direction. And, this... Move any number of +1/+1 counters from other permanents you control onto Aetherborn Marauder. That feels weird. But since we know we're going to be green, I'm going to take this Hazardous Conditions. This can be a nice little sweeper effect. Could also take the Aviary mechanic. Possibly being green-white. But I like removals and I like sweeper. Oh, hey. Outland Boar. Can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less, so all those servo tokens and more. 4 mana, 4/4, just pretty good. I think this is a pretty decent signal, although not a lot of green or red here. But we have the green-red, signpost uncommon. Speedway Fanatic could be good if we had vehicles, but otherwise it's just kind of a 2-mana, 2/1 with haste. Which, in and of itself, might not be terrible in a limited format, but in a format where 1/1 servo tokens are kind of a main thing. Might not be that great. We'll take the Sculptor. This is, even just by itself, it's a 2-mana 2/3, which is very reasonable. And here, wait, what does this do? +1/+3 and untap. That can, like, save a creature from burn, be a surprise blocker. I'll take it. I mean, the Unbridled Growth can trigger Revolt, but we don't necessarily need to be doing that right now. Could also, like, help with our Black Splash, but I don't think we need to be doing that right now either. I really just don't like being forced to attack each combat. That just doesn't feel good. Is there a chance we go into white, or is there more of a chance we go into black? I feel like there's more of a chance we go into black. I like the Pillar Bug, giving us lifelink, potentially. Ooh, Weld Fast Monitor. That is a reasonable card to pick up here. We're now on the wheel. Yeah, there's kind of some okay white cards, okay Unbridled Growth. I guess if we're... Do I want a second Pillar Bug? I mean, worst case scenario, we could still play the Pillar Bug anyways. And I think the fact that it can have lifelink and we've got things that can give it +1/+1 counters, making this like a bigger lifelinker, is pretty good in Limited. I think we're going to get kind of rewarded for picking up some black cards here. We do technically only have 2 red cards. And I mean, okay, this is technically kind of a red card too. Because I don't think I'd play this if I wasn't playing red, because then it's just a 3-mana 3/2, which, I mean, it's a body that's usable, but there's other things we could be doing. Well, it's pretty clear we're not white, so let's take the red cheap little combat trick. I don't mind running a Destructive Tampering as like a one-of. We get a Aether Storm Rock that also likes to put +1/+1 counters on things. But we also have 2 green cards here. ETBs are dies, you get to put counters, and we have Armorcraft Judge. ETBs draw a card for each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it. Right now there's like 3 cards we have that could make this draw. This is also just a 3-mana 3/3 trample. Draftsmith is saying this card is better. I do like card draw though. But this is kind of like situational card draw. Whereas this, like, if we have energy, it's going to be used. I don't know, it's really close for me between those two. Okay, well, this is a pack for sure. I do think the pick is... We still don't know if we're necessarily red. So I could take the Daring Demolition or the Cobra Kai. I'm not super thrilled about either of these picks, but I'll go with the Demolition in case we do end up in black. Attune with Aether is good, but Pima Outrider is also good, and it kind of goes with our +1/+1 counter theme. So I think that's going to be the pick. Attune could also just help us splash for either third color, as can the Renegade map. But I think we're going to take the good creatures first, and of course, ooh, the Hornet. That card has kind of wrecked me. We do have We do have a few things that put 1/1 counters on stuff. Maybe we take the... I think this is kind of the point where, like, we really decide if we go into green-red or green-black. We've got Daring Demolition, the Squad... Oh, the Squad also gets a count. Yeah. We're going to cut the red cards for now. And we're just going to, like, focus on this green-black deck. This makes energy and draws us cards. Could also take the first self-assembler here. Though we're not really lacking top end right now. So I'm going to pass on the self-assemblers. There's a Subtle Strike, which also puts a 1/1 counter on something, which is awesome. Renegade Map would be my pick if that wasn't here. Also a couple okay artifacts up there. I could even play the Prism in Splash, like try and get a splash going here for Welding Sparks in the Boar. Either that or I take another 4-drop, which we're kind of have a lot of. There's also Disallow if I want a rare draft, but I don't think that's the pick at this point. We already have 2 Pillar Bugs. Okay, we'll take the Sage. It gives us some energy, works well with our Hydra. Oh, maybe we could have gone with self-assemblers. Alright, let's try it. I don't think we're playing any of these. Prevent all combat damage would be dealt to players this turn. And that's kind of the best card. Fourth Bridge Prowler. I'm okay with that, but there's also Higher Spire Artisan, I think, could be playable in this deck. I'll take a Whirl of Invention, or Whir of Invention. I don't want to play against this card, so we'll take it. Not that we're necessarily going to be playing against these people we're drafting with. Alright, we're passing a Scrapper Champion here because we have... Oh, it's also activated ability with black. Yeah, 2 mana, 3/2, can't block, but that's okay. Great rate for limited. And we can exile another creature from our graveyard to return it. So that card is just phenomenal here. And then we get a thing that return X cards from your graveyard to your hand and exile it. I think it's playable. There is an Appetite here, which I wouldn't mind running as a one of. But this is just kind of insane card advantage. It's like the Shigeki from Neon Dynasty, where you can rebuy a bunch of cards. This is just a one-shot, though. So for 5 mana, you get 2 cards back. Yeah, we'll take it. Alright. So we have this Flying Lifelinker. Like, I guess the only reason I'd really want to do this is if some of my creatures with counters ended up, like, on lockdown with, like, Malfunction and whatnot. But we have removal here. We also have Spire of Industry. If these two weren't in the back, I'd take the Spire of Industry and, like, maybe try splashing red. But I don't think there's a reason to do that right now. Another Hunt the Week. I think we're going to have plenty of removal without red. And this puts a 1/1 counter on stuff, which is what we want to be doing. Thriving Rhino gets counters. Oh, Aether Poisoner. Poisoner's good. But I think in this deck, we do want to really focus on the 1/1 counters. I think blue has kind of become open here. More welding sparks going by, but I don't think we're going for the splash. We'll take the Cobra Kai here. Okay, I could take another Sage, or I could just rare draft this poopy unplayable rare. But that means when we open packs, we're not going to open any of this poopy unplayable rare, so poopy unplayable rare it is. And I can take another Sage here. Or I could also take the Bruiser. I feel like we have enough energy synergies. I would rather have the energy generator. Nice Wheelsmith is a nice white-red common. We're nowhere near it, though. Oh, hey, we got this back. Cool. I'll definitely play that. Puzzle Knot is potentially playable. Grab another combat trick. It also makes energy, which does have relevancy in this deck. Ornamental Courage. I think I'd probably play the energy thing over this. Just for our energy synergies. I don't think we're playing Prophetic Prism. I don't think there's a need to splash. Yeah, I have less of those. And Malfunction. Okay. Well, let's also see what Draftsmith wants us to... Actually, we'll do something a little different this time. I'm going to... Yeah, it wants us to play Golgari. I'm going to not look at Draftsmith yet, but what we'll do... Yeah, we didn't get more self-assemblers. We're kind of lacking in top end. This is definitely going to be a 16 land deck. Because our curve is topping out at 4. It was really weird because, like, I kind of opened my mouth and talked about how we can find other top end cards, and then we didn't find other top end cards. We have Wildest Dreams too, which is cool. I think we cut that. And, oh, isn't there... Yeah, we cut that. So then the question is, do I want the other Highspire infusion? We have 14 creatures, 10 non. I don't know if this card is really good, but... Can at least block well, and it can kind of trigger the Foundry Hornet. And we'll keep it with 16 lands because of the Wildest Dreams. Okay, so this is what I would play. What does Draftsmith think? Wants Wildest Dreams, Subtle Strike. Doesn't want any of the... Oh yeah, we also have a Live Fast. Okay, so it wants us to take... We'll just click this, and that it wants us to add the one of Self-Assembler and a Forest over one of these Sages and the Highspire infusion? Why do I want just a 5-mana 4/4 that doesn't... No, we're not going with that. That's dumb. Can I turn off the... Yeah. Alright, we need green-black lands. And I don't think I have special green... Ooh. Oh, that's neat. So that's Ikoria. Let's find an Ikoria swamp to go with it. Yeah. Alright, this is going to be the deck. I think it should be decent enough. Especially if we get like a 1/1 counter or two on this Pillar Bug. We have the Appetite as well. We've got decent removal. We have Sweeper for stuff. Yeah, I like this deck. The Aether Poisoner might have been nice to pick up, but what did we grab instead of that? Wasn't it a 3 or 4 drop? Well, I don't know. I do find it interesting that there's a little bit of anti-synergy between our between two of our rares, the Scrap Heap Scrounger. Is that what it's called? The 2-mana 3/2 that like comes back, and then Wild, and then we immediately got Wildest Dreams after that, which will return cards from our graveyard to our hand. Whereas we're exiling cards from our graveyard or creatures from our graveyard to bring back the Scrap Heap Scrounger. But it's okay. We have other non-creatures to return as well. And I think even if we're just using it to get like 2 things back, that can be good enough to turn the tide of a game. Especially if we're getting back like the sweeper for all the small stuff. We also have that sweeper hornet. What we don't have right now is an opponent, so what you need to do is take this moment to subscribe to the channel if you are not already. And if you're enjoying this content, I have kind of a little bit of a rule of thumb on YouTube where if I'm watching like the same... Did we just abort the game? I thought we were over this. Why did it end in a draw? Let's try it again. I thought we were past this bug where if it takes longer than a minute to make a match, then... And now we get into a match right away, so this has got to be a mythic opponent. Yep. And of course we immediately get... I mean, we have playable... I don't like it. I really don't like it. But I don't like mulliganing on the play either. Once we get the Bristling Hydra, I think we'll be good. Because we'll have 2 activations of it, so we can give it hexproof twice. Yuck. Very much yuck. Well, Subtle Strike or Infusion can take care of it. Frontline Rebel. Okay, that's not a great card. No attacking. Alright, Revolutionary. That's playable here. I could also just attack first. Problem is I can't kill that without... I'll even trade the Revolutionary for that. We gotta get that off the field. Target me, get another energy. When this thing dies, we'll get another counter. I guess that was the choice between the 3 and the 4, and we have a lot of 4 drops. Well, that's gross. Swamp doesn't untap, that's fine. No blocks. Live fast. Well, this is actually not fine now. I guess we'll Highspire Infusion to kill the gifted Aetherborn. Or at least attempt to. Yeah, that was a 2-for-1, but our threat is off of the field. I suppose that thing doesn't have to attack. My gosh, we're practically dead here because I can't get... enough mana. Yeah, we take 6. We're too far behind now. Oh no, we take 7. That's even worse. So we have 5 mana. I can't really do much with 5 mana. I think our best bet is going to be the Bristling Hydra. We have 4 activations of it. So we're going to get hexproof here. I guess this is our best bet for holding off, holding them off. Of course, we're kind of dead to burn spells. But I can't not be dead to burn spells right now. Alright, we gotta block this. Activate. And it's hexproof, so... Oh, crap, we need it alive, don't we? Anything that pings us kills us. Go wide. Just go wide, opponent. Thank you. There are hasty creatures. We're gonna kill all of that. Kill that. Get a counter. We're dead to so much, we gotta... Yeah, you go in. If there's a haste creature, we lose. If there's a fire puzzle knot, we lose. We don't lose to that, fortunately. And now I get more energy. Alright. Well, we also have enough to give this life link. And we're going to put a counter on it. We're going to start gaining back some life. Dang it. Now I kind of need to put the counter and kill that. Because I can't really kill this. Well, what I can do... This is gonna fight. Okay. I'm a little bit more comfortable with that. Feel like I could even attack here. This trades, we still have the squad. Yeah, I'm good with that. Just gain a bunch of life. Alright. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We have 7. We get back so much stuff. We win. We get back 3 things. Bristling Hydra, Pillar Bug. Yeah, Hunt the Weak. Alright, let's see if you can beat all those cards again. No, you cannot. Haha. Oh, Wildest Dreams. Really coming through there. Do I want a 17th land? Because we do need to get to... We have a lot of 4-drops. Like, we also have to live fast. We should be fine, right? We were fine just now. Fine being, relative. Bristling Hydra really came through for us there, too. Just a great thing to dump a bunch of energy into. Probably one of the better rares you could get in this set. Anyways, oh yeah, the bug, like, I remember, like, almost all the time, if it took more than a minute to make a match, and then when you find something, like, it auto-aborts and just causes a draw and the game doesn't happen. I thought we were kind of over that, but apparently not, since it just happened again. GGQQ. Platinum-ranked opponent this time. We have a thriving Rhino. We need another Swamp for our Essence Extraction, but we can cast anything in our deck. Except maybe Wildest Dreams. We don't want a Wildest Dreams for one. Opponent's on the play and has to mulligan. Well, that is a cute dog. Where's my thing? Thank you. A little late to the party there. But that's okay, we like you anyways. I don't like that. Voltaic Brawler. You get plus, it's only until end of turn. So I guess there's that. This is late. But I think this is actually the play over the Rhino, because the Rhino will just trade with whatever. This also trades with whatever. But, oh, it only costs 1 energy to give that. Okay. I will still trade this for this. All day. If there's a trick, there's a trick. Don't kill my thing. Okay. Okay, that happens. Yeah, that's also why I didn't want to play the Rhino. Live fast. We cannot afford to do that right now. Bristling Hydra. Fix my problems. And I have enough energy to activate it twice right now. I can activate it right now if you try to kill it. Okay, this should be stopping their attacks. The heck? Let's kill this thing that's kind of doing this to us. Can't activate this. I'll activate it again. Doesn't bother me. Alright, we can gain life, or I can make the Hydra super big. Make the Hydra super big. Because the bigger this Hydra is, the more difficult red-green is going to have it dealing with it. Because now it's got 6 toughness. Good luck trying to burn that out. And it's also a 3-turn clock, conveniently enough. We have 5 mana. Let's get our life linker going here. Could also have played Live Fast there, I suppose. Alright, yeah. Bristling Hydra wins games. I told you guys, it's one of the better rares you can open. That card was... Bristling Hydra was annoying to play against in Standard. When that was in Standard. I always hated seeing it. Then after Rogue Refiner and Attune with Aether got banned, I saw it a bit less. But then it would still... Like, the Teamer energy kind of transformed into like some Sultai energy stuff, and once in a while I'd still see it in Sultai energy. This hand is largely unkeepable. If one of these was a swamp, I could keep this. But this one, there's no way. Yeah, this is good. What do we get rid of, though? We do this, live fast, into Outrider? I guess. We have another Pillar Bug in the deck. I'll just play this as a 2-mana 2/3. That is a fine thing to do. Oh, well, that happened. Well, you know what? You killed your thing. You killed my thing. I kill your thing. That card scares me. So we'll Essence Extraction. We've had that before, too. Okay, we did not get our land drop, so let's do that. There we go. Self-assembler, huh? With another self-assembler to follow. Well, Cobra Kai isn't great here. Oh, I can't even cast the Outrider. A squad can trade with it. As that's kind of what I go with. I mean, it's black-red, so there's probably tons of removal and ways to kill this. Yeah, I think I'm going to block, because I know there's another one coming. Or there's tricks. Well, this isn't dropping now this turn. The Chief of the Foundry is. That's annoying. Alright, Cobra Kai. I really need to kill this thing now. I need to kill a lot of stuff. Alright, well that's one down. Oh, and there's still more coming. Okay. Pima Outrider as a 4/4. We go Sage here. This thing can't block, so that's not favorable on this board. Guess we'll give it a counter. And we're going to take 5 here. Not a ton I can do about that. Put a counter on that. I guess we play the Scrap Heap Scrounger now. I mean, I can double block one of these, which I kind of have to do. Of course, any sort of... Okay. I was gonna say, any sort of tricks, like, we can't play around them. Another self-assembler. Oh, we figured out who got all the self-assemblers. Here we are, just kind of fighting our way through them. Okay, well now I can have a 3/6. I'm at 4, which is not ideal. We also mulligan this game. There's a Sky Skiff. That's very much not ideal. Forest is not ideal. I can attack you for 3. I can block the self-assembler and kill nothing. Well, I can kill our own Scrap Heap Scrounger. Oh, actually, this has Sneaky Reach. But it still doesn't kill this because it's getting buffed by this. Land doesn't do it. So... yeah, opponent just had too many self-assemblers there. Had 4 of them. 4 self-assemblers. Alrighty. Well, let's see what we get here. Or who we get. Known cards in your opponent's hand are shown face up, fully visible, so no need to take note. That is kind of a nice thing about Arena, is it kind of just automates and simplifies some things that are done in Paper Magic that just kind of like take time. Sea Lion. Like if you thought seize your opponent's hand and then, or your opponent thought seizes you and then they write down like every card you have. We're missing a swamp. That's all we're really missing here. Sage into Bristling. Any 4th land gets us the Hydra. There's our... that's not a swamp. We have a Sage. We'll Sage it up. We can also kill an artifact or enchantment. That is not an artifact nor an enchantment. I would like a land. Well, we're not attacking into that. It does have First Strike. Aether Chaser's a really good card. Oh, I like it. Please try to, like, I don't know, play an artifact or enchantment that I want to kill. That's Salivating Gremlins. That's not what I want to kill. Well, I do want to kill it, but... you know. Alright, no blocks. Alright, well, at least we have Bristling Hydra. And we have 2 activations of it. So that kind of stops most of this board. Reckless Fire Weaver, don't really like to see that. I don't really like to see 2 of them, but... in theory, I could start attacking, but that's just kind of a theory. If I play this 3/3, I probably could, or Hunt the Weak could hunt a Fire Weaver. And then I could get the... yeah, I'm going to play the Hunt the Weak here. I think I want to do it on the Bristling Hydra, though. Because we can make it hexproof a couple of times. Let's get rid of... I don't know how worried I am about Salivating Gremlins. I am worried about getting cheesed out by a lot of artifacts here. Let's just do that and pass the turn. Problem is not putting a counter on this makes it so this doesn't really block well. Alright. Also, this is why. And this Fire Weaver silliness. So this could be a 6. I can't really... Yeah, I probably should get rid of the gremlins. But I've been taking 4 damage off of... This is a... I want to take 6 here. Oh, that tramples too? Oh, then there's no point in blocking it. Yeah, I really should kill the gremlins. I think. Well, I've got the revolutionary. Please stop having stuff. We have Pima Outrider, which might actually be a little bit better here. One of these gets played. Yeah, because if we draw a swamp, then we can go Revolutionary and Subtle Strike. I'm going to give it a counter. No attacks. Really aggressive red-white deck our opponent has here. Okay, so they have at least one artifact. And now we just lose to that. Because that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. Destructive Tampering is a good thing to have as a one-of. Alright, we're 2-2. I feel this deck should be doing better than this. Alright, let's try Korgman. Let's try and at least get to 3 wins here. I mean, I'm going to keep it. I don't have a 2-drop. Or 3-drop is live... Okay, I have a 2-drop. Never mind. It's better now. Swooper, no swooping! Destructive Tampering, nice of you to finally show up. So kind of what we want to do is get a creature with a 1/1 counter and then play this and kill all their servo things. Of course, we don't really have time to... Thriving Rhino is pretty good here. I double block the Rhino. I feel like I need to double block the Rhino, unless they want to make another servo token. I'd prefer if they did that, but yeah. It's still a 1-for-1 trade. Oh my gosh, you had the 1-minute trick. We're just getting blown out again now. I mean, this will hold off everything but the Rhino and force him to use... Well, it won't hold off the Swooper either. And now I can't... We're just getting, like, relentlessly beat down. We're still taking 6 here. And all my stuff kind of wants me to have things already. We're just dead. Yeah, opponents just kind of had, like, nut draws in most of these games. I don't think this should have been 2-3. But alas it was. We kind of had a lot of... We weren't able to double spell as much. Maybe I should have been playing my own Ornamental Courage. Overall, I don't think the deck was that bad. It was just... We had a few slow cards and slow starts, and that's what really hurt this deck. Probably had a little too much going on at 4 mana. But none of the cards in this deck felt particularly bad. It's just, that's what happened. So yeah, I guess for now, I'll take my leave.